So you're interested in programming Python. To do this, you're going to need a couple of tools. One of the first things you're going to need to do is Google Python download. And then press enter. You'll see that it comes up with python.org. That's the one you need, and then you click on the link. When you get in here, it shows you the latest version. It normally senses what browser you have, also what operating system, and can give you a recommendation. But if you're looking for Windows and Linux or other sort of platforms, you can find those there. I'm working on a Mac, so I'm going to go with the Mac OS one, and I'm going to click on this and download it. You see in the bottom here that it's now downloading my Python, and now I'm going to open that up. So what this is actually doing is actually installing the latest version of the Python language. And we're going to click on continue. So go through the setup process, just agree to everything at the moment, and tell it to install. Now once that's finished installing, you can click on close. Do you want to move it to the bin? So yes, just move it to the bin. So that's updated our programming language. Once you've done that, we need what's called an IDE, or an interface to the programming language. Normally you would operate through the terminal. Now this terminal looking environment, it's not the most attractive looking environment to programming. So what we're going to do is use pyCharm, which is made by JetBrains, that gives us a nice GUI, or graphical user interface, that sits on top of the Python language. So let's go download that. I would recommend that you download the pyCharm edu download. So we're looking for the pyCharm edu. So when we go to pyCharm, it's a free download. There is a paid version, which is the professional version. There is a community version, and then there's the educational. The educational is basically the community version with learning support. Now once you've done that, select the type of processor you have. Once again, I'm on a Mac, and also I'm using a Intel processor at the moment. So I'm going to select the Intel one. Remember, if you're on the new M1 chip, you need to pick Silicon or M2, and obviously the Windows version is above. Now once again, it's a fairly quick download at 434 meg, but the time may vary depending on your internet speed. Once it's downloaded, click on the up arrow and then tell it to open once more. What you need to do in this situation is just drag it across and drop it in the folder. And then if you double click the folder, you can then see the applications, and within the applications, you'll see the pyCharm edu. Once you've got the pyCharm edu, just double click that. It will ask you if you would like to open it. Click on open. And once you have pyCharm open, we can then start a new project. What we need to do when we start a new project is actually find a folder to build our projects in. Now it's going to create a virtual environment within that folder. So therefore, wherever you build this folder, don't move it after we start. So we're going to create a folder on our desktop, and the best way to do it is just click on the open folder, select your desktop, and then click on create new folder. Now I'm just going to call this digital extra and click on create. Doesn't matter what you call the folder, but digital extra, it just needs to be something. It could be project, it could be the name of the assignment you need to do, and then just click on open. So it's now created a folder on my desktop, and then we need to pick the correct Python version. So when you click down, you see that I've got 3.9, 3.8 and 3.10. So what I would like to use is the 3.10. You can see that it's going to create a virtual learning environment, and we're going to click on create. Now this takes a little bit of time to set up. You'll see down the bottom here, there are some little sliders that go across. I'm just going to click always download. And you can see it loading up the different elements down the bottom here. Now once that's finished, click on the right mouse click on new, and then go to Python file. This is how we can start a new file or project. This is how you can start a file for each of the learning tasks, and click on Python file. Now we need to give it a name, so I'm going to call it my, and then name. Now I'm using camel case where I start with the lowercase and then I go to a capital for every word after that. So my name with a capital N, and then just press enter. You'll notice at the top, here's the file, and in the left hand side in our directory, you can see the virtual environment here and also the name of my file. In this directory, you can right mouse click and go new and go directory, and you can put in there like week 01, and then you can have your files inside of that where you click the folder, go new, Python file, and go task 01, and now you can see task 01. So let's go back and print our name though. So this is how we can do file management. So what I want to do at the moment, just print my name. So I'm going to go print bracket quote L Marsden, and now I want to run that file. When I click play here, it knew to run my name Python. If I click on task and go to the playhead here, it's got execute task 01. So I can go print bracket quote task 01, hit play, and it runs task 1. If I go back to here and hit play down the bottom here though, it's still running task 1. But if I click on this one, it'll actually run the current project that I'm in. The other way of doing it is right mouse clicking and tell it to run the one that is there. Run my name and target the file you want to run. Now once you've done that, you can write all your code and keep running it either from here or down here. It's up to you. If you want to close off the menu system to get more room, you can do that by just clicking the folder on the left hand side, which gives you more work area to write in. If you need to adjust the outputs, you can do that down here. If you want to see what packages you're currently running, click on packages down the bottom here. You can see what's running. Or if you need to go to the terminal, you can click on the terminal to get to the terminal. Otherwise, the runtime window is the output. So pyCharm is very, very effective. Best thing is it saves as you go, so you don't need to go Command S, but you can to make sure you save your work. And when you close your project down, the next time you come in, you just double click this folder and it automatically opens up your last session. If you close down the files, you can always get back to task 1 in the folder by double clicking it, or out in the root directory, you can click my name and get to that as well. All right, I hope you've learned a lot in this session and you understand how to work in the environment, and I wish you all the best on your programming journey.